So now that we have that connected and our carburetor is mounted, we're going to come back and we're going to remove this back bolt right here, this back nut rather. This is where we are going to mount the cable with this little thing right here. I'm going to slide this on here. Now, the one screw that it came with wasn't long enough because this really has to be backed back a lot, and once again, there's not a whole lot of standards, so it's pretty much what you can find and what you can make work. In some cases it works, in some cases it doesn't, but either way. So we're just going to lightly put that on right there because we're still not sure exactly where that's going to sit. Next, we're going to take this end of the cable and we're going to run it through here. We're going to mount this piece right here. Alright, like this. And now this is simply going to slide right through here. Well, not simply, but it will slide eventually. Okay. Then that slides into this piece right here. Let me grab the lead cotter. So we're going to slide this in here. Now this gets a little tricky because we did trim it, so there are little burrs that stick out that can be kind of tricky to get through. But if you just work it, it should slide right in. So that's good and tight. We're not going to worry about any of our springs or anything. I'm going to use this little thing right here. Just got a little thread just to put back here, just to hold the cable in position temporarily. This is part of the kit. There are all kinds of little pieces, screws, nuts. If you don't know what you're doing, I wouldn't recommend messing with too much of it. So now we have our cable mounted to our throttle. Now we see our throttle works. And you can see right here it's now clearing that screw where it didn't before. We had to notch that out so we get full travel. Now we get full travel on our pedal. And this is pretty much in position. I was lucky. We can just tighten it down now. Back to the same torque that we did the first time, no more than the others, because then you'll run into warping issues with the gaskets and whatnot. Okay, so now we're going to mount the air cleaner on the top. It's actually the part I was most excited about. I'm sure most people are. It really brings everything together. Now, some people put these on and then put the air cleaner on. Ooh. I like to take them off if you don't have one on already. I'll show you why in just a minute. Okay, make sure it sits really nice. Now, we've checked our accelerator, we checked our throttle, we've checked our choke, we have all of our lines connected on that side. Last thing we need to do is connect the fuel line and the vacuum advance for the distributor. Okay, so first thing, for now we're just using a rubber hose. This goes to the vacuum advance on the distributor. Sometime in the next week we're going to be upgrading the distributor as well to an HEI, so internal coil. Don't have to worry about points or anything like that, but for now we're using the points. So right here on the side of your carburetor is the vacuum advance. It's really simple. You just take this hose and plug it in, just like that. Next, you hook up the fuel line. Okay, now we're going to hook up our fuel line. From the last video, we plugged our fuel line with this bolt, so hopefully we haven't lost too much fuel. Everything on this truck's an awkward angle. Okay. Now, we're going to be using this return spring. This is the original return spring we used off of the accelerator pedal. We're just going to clip it around the base of the pedal and around the bolt we installed to mount this bracket. And that'll give us a good return. And now that we have our gasket mounted on the top, we can mount it right here. Now you should mount the base first, just to make sure that you're getting it on correctly. There are little bolts and things that you have to clear. Okay, there's a really nice fit. Let me take this top, put it right on like that. Something tells me I didn't hit it. There we go. This is the best part because this is what all your friends are going to want to see. Now we take our polishing cloth, wipe off any fingerprints, make it look pretty. Now, let's see what we can do here. We're going to reconnect our battery. And most likely we're going to get some spitting and sputtering because there's probably air in the line and there's no fuel in the carburetor. But why don't we see what we can see? Step back. Always, just in case, have a fire extinguisher handy, especially when you're dealing with fuel and fuel lines. Okay, well, obviously it's running a little rich, but that's okay. Some slight adjustments, but for a garage project, it's something that you can do at home, and here's the proof. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you with the next project, most likely the HEI distributor.